Okay, well, thank you very much. That concludes the questions that we have for tonight. And now, Ken, the floor is yours to talk to our membership about why you want to be sheriff, what's important to you, what you view as important to the community, and it's all yours.
Good evening. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate the opportunity to sit in front of you and give you my side of the picture. The first thing I want to mention is that there's been some question from the early part of this campaign that I was not qualified to even throw my hat in the ring. I went through first of all, my entire office has been post-certified since long before I ever joined in 1975. So the coroner's office has always stayed certified with post. I went to the Basic Academy in Santa Rosa in 1976 and actually commuted up there and back with Tim Lipinski from your department. I got my intermediate certificate subsequently, and then I got my advanced certificate. I qualified for it in March of 1982. So it's been 20-something years since I had at least the minimum requirements. Since that time, I've had some of the other academies, and I've gone to a multitude of short trainings, just as you're expected to do. We keep the same push requirements of training all through every single year, and so do the rest of my staff. So that's all I want to say about that. I was born and raised in Fresno. My grandfather and my dad were both in the fire service, and my granddad was the fire chief in Fresno for 13 years. So I grew up sort of in a little bit of an atmosphere of political climate, understanding how training large departments. There were over 350 people in his department at the time. Kind of grew up in the back of a fire truck, and then ended up riding around in the chief's car when I was going to junior high school. So I've had some insights into sort of government management and that sort of thing. After I came to the coroner's office, I was there for 9 years as an investigator. Following that time, I moved into the assistant department head slot in the office. We only have 3 rooms because we're such a tiny office. So there's the department head, there's the assistant department head, who is essentially budget management, personnel management, training, second coverage, pretty much everything except doing the street investigations for death investigation. So I spent 9 years in the beginning, and then I was 14 years as the assistant department head prior to running for election in 1998. So I took office in January of '99. And I've been there ever since. Budgets. I've had a balanced budget every single year that I've been in office, and actually managed the budget for quite a few years for my predecessor. And we're proud to say we've never been over budget. Budgeting is a matter of using your experience from the last 2 or 3 years and coming up with a good prediction for the next year, and then hitting the mark. That's running a good budget. I'm experienced at it. I know how to do it. The number of zeros at the end of it do not matter, and if you have enough people in the right places in the department, and they're doing the individual budgets, they bring them to the next level up, and then ultimately to me. And so managing the budget for the sheriff is a matter of riding hard on the people who are actually doing the budgeting at the different levels. I stand for accountability. I stand for integrity in my office. We have had a beautiful record for many, many years. And in the course of our daily conversations, or when we're talking about what it is we do, that's one of the words that pops up quite often. The integrity of what we do is important to the finished product. And in my office, it's been totally different than what it would be in your office. But the bottom line for that is that I demand integrity, and I demand of you the trust in me that I show to you. Accountability is very important to me. What I want to bring to you is transparency and a sense of security that if you are having a problem with the chain of command and you absolutely are frustrated and cannot get beyond whatever that hurdle is, as long as you have a clear perception that it's not just whining because you didn't get to tie your shoes one day, but if you have a legitimate reason, you can go above the hurdle and go around the hurdle. And if it means coming to me at the top, then you come to me at the top. I have an open door in my office. It's always been there. People in your department know that they can come down the hall if they need to, any time of day or night. I'm there. I've been very present for the entire 12 years that I've been in the office. I'm there in the morning, I'm there in the afternoon, and I intend for that to go on. What I want you to know is that I can give to you an absolute access to the people at the top, as long as it's done in the right frame of mind. You just can't come running up in the dark. I have left my phone number. I'm accessible to you now. If you have questions between now and the 8th of June, you want to talk about something, as long as you're not in uniform, we covered that this morning. You're certainly welcome to call me about any facet of the work that you do, or what you would want to know from me and you don't want to bring it up in today's discussions. I'm an honest guy, I'm a happy guy, and I love coming to work every single day, and I want to try and instill that in all of you so that you feel happy about coming to your job. There's a couple things that I didn't mention this morning that I meant to. One of them is this. One thing I won't tolerate, and you need to know this now, extramarital affairs are not okay. And in particular, if it is a supervisor and somebody that they directly supervise. You've got, from the time I find out about it, you've got about 48 hours to fix it. It will flat not be tolerated. The reasons for that are morale issues, of course, and for the number of liabilities to the county and to the department, not only in sexual harassment suits, but in all other kinds of things. So just know in your hearts that I know affairs of the heart are a tough issue, but if you find yourself in that situation and it's somebody that either you are directly supervised by or that you directly supervise, you need to turn left and get out of that particular situation. That's just that. I'm nails on that. Other than that, I'm planning on being here every day. And just make your department as swift and as clean and as healthy as it possibly can be.
Thank you very much.
Okay.